everyone. Today we have truly a special guest joining us, someone who has conquered one of the toughest postgraduate dental entrance exams in India with the exceptional determination and focus. Meet Dr. Rohit Singh, the proud achiever of All India Rank 3 in NEET MDS, a true role model for every dental aspirant. Dr. Rohit will be sharing his preparation journey, the strategies that worked, and the obstacles he overcome on his path to this remarkable success. Whether you're preparing for NEET MDS, INICT MDS, or any competitive dental exam, this conversation is packed with golden tips and motivation that could reshape your preparation approach. So grab your notebook, get ready to be inspired, and let's dive into the success story of Dr. Rohit. Journey to All India Rank 2 in NEET MDS. Welcome to the channel, Dr. Rohit. First of all, big congratulations on your outstanding achievement. And we are very excited to hear about all your experiences and your learnings from your journey.
And I think if I'm helpful to students who are preparing for NEET, I think that'll be very good from my part if I can contribute to their preparation, maybe ease up the anxiety for them. And thank you for having me over here, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us this a chance. So, my first question to you is that can you introduce yourself and share your NEET rank and NICT rank and the score?
So I'm Dr. Rohit Singh, and I scored an All India rank of 4 in NEET MDS and 3 in INICT NEET 2025 session.
Okay. So, what inspired you to pursue a career in dentistry and specialize in MTS?
Actually, from my first year itself, I was pretty fascinated by subject oral surgery. And uh, since my college did not have a PG in oral surgery, so all we did was basic extractions and impactions.
Okay.
So there was a real curiosity to actually know about in depth about the subject. And also when I read oral surgery, I felt that that is the spark that I really want. So I knew that NEET MDS or maybe INSUT is very competitive. So I really have to work hard. So that is where it all started. And I knew that I'll have to get a decent score so that I can get into good college. Uh, yeah, I did not think of government as such or deemed or private as such. I just wanted a good college. So that is where I started my preparation for NEET MDS. That was a spark to actually get to know about the subject.
So, when did you start preparing for NEET MDS and how did you divide your preparation timeline?
Uh, Actually, I started my preparation the day my internship started. But during my internship, I was not as you can say concentrated, or maybe I was not giving so much of time to my preparation, only because of the fact that I did not want to miss out on the internship stuff that the college cultural festivals per se, or maybe the sports. So my friends going out on a trip, I don't want to miss all of that. So I studied in my internship. I To be honest, internship attempt was all about clearing my concept, having a one good reading. Internship attempt was all about clearing my concept, having a one good reading of Pulse. As my internship ended, I knew that I'll not be able to score a good rank per se, but I really wanted to give the exam for the experience. So I gave my internship attempt. I did not get a good, I did get a good rank, though I got a rank of 1050 in my first attempt. So after that, I thought that there were many loopholes in my preparation, which I think I was able to rectify in the early stages. So I thought that okay, there's one more attempt, and any which ways I was thinking of a drop uh, in mid internship as well. So I thought that this is one good year. Maybe I'll prepare until next May and NSCT. Then we'll see what happens. But for my preparation year, I was very judicious with my preparation. I made sure that I studied every day, and I had my daily targets. For instance, the coaching which I joined series. we used to have earlier we used to have exams every month, then it shifted to every 2 weeks, then we had exams every week. So my aim was to give my 100% for that exam and also to give that exam in a mode that would be stimulated, that could stimulate me as during my main NEET MDS examination. So I think I gave that exam with very much concentration and sincerity. I think that helped me a lot. And to plan as per, I did what the exams were like in CDs. If we had a community industry exam, I made sure that I study community industry as a whole and then give my exam. So I did not have to plan the subjects. It was according to the series notes, the timetable which series gave. And rest of all, I make sure that I'll give 100% from my part for that particular exam.
Okay. So, which books did you rely on the most for theory and MCQ practice?
I did not rely on theory as much, but NCQ, my main book, foundation book was Dental Pulse. I studied Dental Pulse as much as time as I could. And for theory, there's only one theory book.
Hi everyone. Today we have truly a special guest joining us, someone who has conquered one of the toughest postgraduate dental entrance exams in India with the exceptional determination and focus. Meet Dr. Rohit Singh, the proud achiever of All India Rank 3 in NEET MDS, a true role model for every dental aspirant. Dr. Rohit will be sharing his preparation journey, the strategies that worked, and the obstacles he overcome on his path to this remarkable success. Whether you're preparing for NEET MDS, INICT MDS, or any competitive dental exam, this conversation is packed with golden tips and motivation that could reshape your preparation approach. So grab your notebook, get ready to be inspired, and let's dive into the success story of Dr. Rohit. Journey to All India Rank 2 in NEET MDS. Welcome to the channel, Dr. Rohit. First of all, big congratulations on your outstanding achievement. And we are very excited to hear about all your experiences and your learnings from your journey. Your voice is, you're muted.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for calling me. And I think if I'm helpful to students who are preparing for NEET, I think that'll be very good from my part. If I can contribute to their preparation, maybe ease up the anxiety for them. And thank you for having me over here, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us this a chance. So, my first question to you is that can you introduce yourself and share your NEET rank and INICT rank and the score?
So I'm Dr. Rohit Singh, and I scored an All India rank of 4 in NEET MDS and 3 in INICT NEET 2025 session.
Okay. So, what inspired you to pursue a career in dentistry and specialize in MTS?
Actually, from my first year itself, I was pretty fascinated by subject oral surgery. And uh, since my college did not have a PG in oral surgery, so all we did was basic extractions and impactions.
Okay.
So there was a real curiosity to actually know about in depth about that subject. And also when I read oral surgery, I felt that that is the spark that I really want. So I knew that NEET MDS or maybe INSUT is very competitive. So I really have to work hard. So that is where it all started. And I knew that I'll have to get a decent score so that I can get into good college. Uh, yeah, I did not think of government as such or deemed or private as such. I just wanted a good college. So that is where I started my preparation for NEET MBA. That was a spark to actually get to know about the subject.
So, when did you start preparing for NEET MDS and how did you divide your preparation timeline?
Uh, Actually, I started my preparation the day my internship started. But during my internship, I was not as you can say concentrated, or maybe I was not giving so much of time to my preparation, only because of the fact that I did not want to miss out on the internship stuff that the college cultural festivals per se, or maybe the sports. So my friends going out on a trip, I don't want to miss all of that. So I studied in my internship. To be honest, internship attempt was all about clearing my concept, having a one good reading. eh, Excuse me. I'm so sorry for the disruption.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Uh,
okay. Please continue.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So, internship attempt was all about clearing my concept, having a one good reading of pulse. As my internship ended, I knew that I'll not be able to score a good rank per se, but I really wanted to give the exam for the experience. So I gave my internship attempt. I did not get a good, I did get a good rank, though I got a rank of 1050 in my first attempt. So after that, I thought that there were many loopholes in my preparation, which I think I was able to rectify in the early stages. So I thought that okay, there's one more attempt, and any which ways I was thinking of a drop uh, in mid internship as well. So I thought that this is one good year. Maybe I'll prepare until next May INS. Then we'll see what happens. But for my preparation year, I was very judicious with my preparation. I made sure that I studied every day, and I had my daily targets. For instance, the coaching which I joined series, we used to have earlier we used to have exams every month, then it shifted to every 2 weeks, then we had exams every week. So my aim was to give my 100% for that exam, and also to give that exam in a mode that would be stimulated that could stimulate me as during my main NEET MDS examination. So I think I gave that exam with very much concentration and sincerity. I think that helped me a lot. And to plan as per, I did what the exams were like in series. If we had a community industry exam, I made sure that I study community industry as a whole and then give my exam. So I did not have to plan the subjects. It was according to the series notes, the timetable which series gave. And rest of all, I made sure that I'll give 100% from my part for that particular exam.
Just a minute, your video is kind of stuck. Is my video also stuck on your end?
Which I referred. I just solved MCQs of epidemiology and biostatistics as well from Vivek Jain. Rather than this, I don't think that I've referred to any of the reference book. I made class notes. I had class app which I was uh, going through the questions again and again. I did Pulse, and these are the books which I have mentioned. No other reference book I have referred apart from these.
So, how did you revise and retain subjects like general pathology, pharmacology, dental materials, and also biochemistry? So, how did you do it?
The subjects like general pathology per se. I think if you read general path from Pulse for if, I think 2 to 3 times, I think that'll put you in place. Same goes for DM as well. DM, I think there's little extra that you have to do. You have to remember minute data here and there. You have to know the working time and setting time of the cements, or maybe the modulus of elasticity. But I think the class notes which I had was really competent in that. I did not have to go to Phillips and again to do that. So I think my class notes which I had helped me, and also the pulse I think for dental materials is good. But coming to subjects such as general medicine and pharmac, you have to do it like every day. a little part of general medicine, a little part of pharma. If you can fit it into your schedule every day, it becomes a habit. And also, it does not feel like you example that you have to do something more, or maybe you have lost contact with pharmac, or you have lost contact with maybe general medicine. Just because you're doing it every day, you feel there is some amount of familiarity.
Okay.
So I think that that helps a lot.
Okay. So, what was your strategy for solving MCQs daily, and how many did you aim to solve per day? Initially, in the middle of your treatment, middle of your preparation, and also by the end of your preparation.
And I did not keep an aim of MCQ as such. I just had a broad idea that it's okay if I have to finish DM. Uh, at the earlier stages, I think first reading should be very slow. I think it should be very conceptual, because it is bound that the mistakes which you make during your first reading, or if you don't get that concept clarified during your first reading, you're bound to make that mistakes even in the final exam, even if you have gone through that MCQ n number of times. If you have not registered that MCQ properly, or maybe that concept properly, you're bound to go wrong no matter how many times you read it, because the number of MCQs which we have to read is very vast. So I think first reading should be slow. First reading should be uh, I think conceptualize. You should try to grab as information as you can, and after you've done your two or three or maybe four readings, you can maybe pace up a little bit. You can go through the questions quick. You can go through only the questions. You can go to the answers only which you feel that there is scope of improvement of, for my knowledge for this MCQ. And during last times, I think it is not feasible to go through all of the MCQs. It is better to go to that MCQ which you have gone wrong multiple times. Maybe you can use a marker. Every time you go wrong, you can mark, or maybe circle, or add a star mark, whichever you like. So for the last times, I think we should be very concise and very thorough, because uh, it is bound that during the end, during when your examination is near, it is bound for you to feel that you do not know anything. So, if you go through everything again and again, you'll not finish up the questions. So, it is better to have a concise set of MCQs. Like for a subject, I have 25 MCQs to go through for the last time. And I think in that 1 week, since your examination, you can go through that. You can give 2 days or maybe 3 days for volatile subjects that you have written, or volatile topics which you have written. You can go through that. So it is very important to concise your preparation. From the first reading until final reading, it should get, I think the material should get small, not like you add on. First reading, if you're taking suppose 15 days, I think your next reading should be 10 days, 12 days, 7 days. Like this.
Okay. So, how did you utilize the previous year questions, and do you think they're still relevant?
I think the relevancy of PYQs is much more for INICT rather than me. INICT, I think it will be foolish enough to leave PYQs on board, because you never know what INICT pattern is. Because this time, previous time, November and May, November 2024, May 2025, they did not repeat as much. But you never know. There is history of INICT repeating 150 questions. So I think there is a slight amount of extra effort which you need to give for INI-CT. So you have to go through PYQs. I think I did PYQs from 2010 until 2025. There is almost 15 years of PYQs. Uh, I know that is very boring going through these questions again and again. There'll be questions repeated, there'll be concepts repeated, but you never know. You have prepared so much, so why you should hold back on something which everyone is preparing for? So I think PYQ are important. You should go through PYQs, and for NEET 2, you have around 6 papers which you have to go for NEET. I think PYQs should be read like PYQs. You should know the question, you should know the answer, you should know if a concept is asked, you should know what concept are to be applied. I don't think you need to really delve on the explanations of PYQs. For example, you have triplet, you have huge explanations for questions, but I think you can avoid that. You can go for question and answer as well. So it is very feasible to do PYQs at the end of the preparations. Suppose you have 1 month left for NEET, you can start doing PYQs then. But for INICET, you should start PYQs as early as you can. Suppose if you have 40 days, 42 days, you should start INICET PYQs because they are very large. You have to do AIMS previous year questions, PGI previous year questions, and then INICET questions. So I think PYQs are relevant for INICT, somewhat relevant for me, but cannot be missed upon.
Okay. So, the next interview session will be focusing on time management and routine. So, can you walk us through your typical day's study day and how many hours did you study and how did you avoid burnout, which many aspirants face by the mid of the preparation phase?
I think one thing which I had in my mind is when I started my preparation, I started around in April. I had one thing very clear that burnouts are going to be there. Maybe there'll be days which I'll be putting a lot of efforts and the results which will not show that. And there'll be days if I don't put in efforts, I might get good results. So this were all into my mind while going through the preparation. But for a typical day, I do not have a habit to actually wake up early because I used to wake up around 8:30. I used to get my daily chores done for the morning. Then I used to go to library around 9:30 to 10. And then I used to have study session from 10 to around 1:30 to 2. Then I used to come and eat. Then 2 to around 6:30 I used to study. I used to take a nap of around 15-20 minutes in the middle. So around 7:38 I used to come home. I used to have my dinner early. And then I used to study from 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So this was my typical routine. I used to sleep around 1:30 to 2 and then again wake up at 8:30. So my aim was to give a focused 10 hours of study, not more than that. I did not go for 14 hours, 15 hours, but I think to give that focused 10 hours, you need to sit with your book. Uh, I see people saying that you can go to a clinic maybe and then start your preparation. I think it is not feasible. You cannot do that because the ones who are studying for the whole day, they are your competition at the end of the day. So you should give your whole day to studies. You should not be very key. I have to give 10 hours, so maybe I'll squeeze in 3 hours, 4 hours of clinical practice. I think you should avoid that. And burnouts, suppose if I don't have a good rank, I've studied and I not get a good rank which I was expecting I should be getting. So I was a little easy on myself. I used to go early that day. I'd have a good dinner, maybe talk to my friends or maybe my brother or my family about something else, something not related to studies. I think that was major boon because there was nothing related to dentistry around me. I was at my home. I was studying in a library where there was no MDS aspirin. So I think that helped me a little to get my mind off the need and so I think I was easy on myself. I did not give myself a hard time that you have to study. Yeah, the days which I don't feel like studying, I used to come home early. Maybe I used to watch a movie or watch YouTube, but I used to make sure that that phase does not last. Matlab, if I'm feeling bad for today, I should not be feeling same tomorrow. I should be going with the same zeal tomorrow. But it is okay. I can take my break today. I can come home early. I'll come 9, maybe watch a movie, have good food, then sleep early. Then I used to wake up and carry on with my routines. I think that is really helpful to keep in mind that it is okay to have burnout. It is okay to feel that you do not know anything. It is okay to sometimes feel that all your efforts are just going to go into vain. I think everyone does that, and acknowledging it is, if you acknowledge it, I think that is the first thing that helps you to get over it. You should not deny it. You should not postpone that feeling. You should not force the book upon you. Then you'll get burnout more often. If you actually let go of yourself for that particular moment and get back the next day, I think that helps.
So, did you follow any particular revision strategy like three phase or spaced repetition method?
No, actually, I was very sloppy in my studying. Actually, I did not. I actually I used to force myself to actually keep on studying because I did not follow three revision technique or two revision technique. As I said, I followed series timetable. If that time frame allowed me to do two revisions of that subject, I used to do it. Not like if I have 30 days, I have a single subject. I used to study that single subject for 30 days. I used to keep my pace that, okay, I have to be quick in that. And if I can squeeze in another round of revision at the same time, if I studied DM, I studied OPAT. I have 1 month for DM OPAT. I studied DM OPAT in 15 days. I have 15 days left. So I used to study DM OPAT once more during that time itself. And I think the series schedule is made such that you go multiple revisions. So you do not have to plan that revisions. All you have to plan is last 15 to 20 days of your preparation. I think, and if you follow series schedule, you will have multiple revisions, you'll have multiple tests. You will know which topic, for an example, in a whole subject to focus upon. You need to plan last 15-20 days of your preparation because I think that phase of preparation is the most anxious phase of preparation. And if you know what you have to do, I think that really helps.
Okay. So, how did you balance your internship duties and NEET MDS preparation? When you said in the initial part of the interview that you started your preparation during the internship, but you did the serious preparation during the gap year. So what advice would you give to interns who want to start their MDS preparation seriously based on the mistakes that you have done?
For internship, actually balancing was I did not study as much in internship. I think I'll be very wrong if I say that I was balancing internship and studies because clearly I was not able to.
Okay.
I felt burnout. I used to go in the morning around 8, come home around 6. I was very tired. I used to sleep. Some days I would not study, some days I would. But I think if you really want to crack it during your internship, I think you should give at least 4 to 5 hours after your internship ends. After your college ends, you should give around 4 to 5 hours because I have my friend who have done it in internship. They used to study after internship 4 to 5 hours. As soon as the internship ended, they intensified the preparation 12 hours, 15 hours a day. I think to crack, if someone wants to really give it an internship, I think they should be very cautious about time management. They should not even let go 10 to 15 minutes of their time because I used to see them preparing during lunch. They used to have their tiffin like really fast and give that 45 minutes to the preparation, which I think I did not have it in me. But I think if you want to do it in your preparation, I think you should be very cautious about your time. You should be for government colleges, you have a lot of workload around you. You have a lot of patients revolving around you. So to get out that time, to get that time out is very difficult. While in DMV universities, I think it is relatively more easy. You can squeeze out around 1.5 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours of your preparation from your internship from 8 to 4 wala period. But government colleges, I think it is really hard to actually squeeze out the time. So more reliability is given after their shift ends. So I think around 5 hours of preparation during your internship, and as soon as the internship ends, you should give around 12 to 15 hours of preparation. And I think all of that will sail you through your internship attempt. It might be a little hectic, but you might save yourself a year. And if you think that hectic schedule it is not for you, you can start studying in your internship because I think it really helps you during your drop year. Because whatever I have studied, I had a little bit of knowledge. I had a little bit of concepts clear. So I think that really helped me during my drop year of education. So I think internship, either ways, if you crack it or if you don't crack it in your internship attempts, will help you in your drop.
Okay, that's a very good and honest advice, to be honest. So coming to the next part of the interview session, we will be covering about the mindset and challenges. So, what were your low moments during preparation, and how did you stay motivated through them?
Uh, I think this is very important part because we all know what do we have to study. We all have resources. We all have classes around us. So I think that part is very pretty easy because I think 99% of NEET MDS aspirants will study first. They might take coaching, but at the end of the day, they'll be equipped with whatever notes or knowledge that they have. But the only thing that really helps is to have that mindset that if you study, you can do it. I see many people, they have that mindset, I'll not be able to do it. I think that should not be there anywhere around your mind. I think there should be only one thought that I have to give my best, and whatever I have studied in this 1 year, if I present it during that last final hours of my examination, I'll get through. I think that is really important to have that mindset that you can get through. It does not matter if you are from a government institution or a private institution or deemed institution. I was from deemed institution myself. So, but I did not let that thought actually constrict me that I'll not be able to do it or I'll have to work hard. All you have to do is read. All you have to do is gain that knowledge. All you have to do is be prepared for the fight, actually. You should be very clear about the thought that if I study well, if I do well, if I'm focused enough, I'll get what actually I want. So, please, if someone preparing things that they'll not be able to do it, this is not the time. You should go like rock hard. You should be like, whatever may come, if I want that, I'll get that, and all I have to do is prepare. I think this is the most important time of the preparation. I think July, August, September, October, November, December. I think because there is a relatively less pressure around you, you can read more, you can study more, you can be confident. So just be confident at this time that if I study, I'll get it.
So,
Don't
how
constrict yourself. Don't restrict yourself. I think that is all that is needed. You should have an open mindset. Everyone is equal at that NEET MDS. Whenever that screen pops up, everyone is equal. All I think anything that is left is what is the stage of your preparation. Everyone has to showcase that, and that is the end.
so what were your mantras when you underwent the peer pressure or self-doubt? What were
Actually, whenever I had a say,
some things
uh,
that you repeated to yourself every time? Is there any?
yes, actually, the thing is, I did not. Whenever I used to do well, I did not celebrate that as much. But whenever I did bad. I used to make sure that I celebrate when I do bad because I think it was the same amount of effort which I gave him. Be the result good or be the result bad. I had equal amount of effort, but I think your bad attempts should be celebrated. So I used to go out. I used to have something which
I
I
think
like
test
because
series really make you
it's
feel
hmm,
underconfident if your preparation is not that great. So it's like there are two parts from test series. Either you buckle up or either you are stumbling down. So I think test series are definitely a low moment for every aspirant out there. So how did you deal with those self-doubts and like with a good test series and also with a bad test series?
if I have good test series, I used to constantly remind myself that you should not be overconfident. This is a test series. This is just a test series. This is mock test series. This does not mean that it will guarantee you a good rank, or maybe you are good at that subject. Maybe the questions which were there, you were familiarized with that questions. and you have a lot of scope of improvement. This I used to say to myself when I had a good rank in that test series. But when I have bad rank in the test series, actually you have to do the same thing. You have to tell yourself the same thing that is this is just a test series. This will not repeat. But I think our mind is more inclined towards the negative thoughts. So you get the thought that you are not that good, your preparation is not that good. So to actually clear that off, I think you should give yourself that moment कि कुछ गंदा हो गया है, I've done something wrong, or maybe I think what I did was I used to find loopholes. कि this is a silly mistake which I could have avoided. Okay, plus one over here. This is a silly mistake which I could have avoided. So I think on all that hassle and hotspot, I used to get okay, I'm getting 170. I could have got 176, and I could have got a better rank
Yeah.
if I would have not done that silly mistake. So I think that helps rather than questioning your knowledge that you don't know anything
So how
from
were
that test
your
series.
scores from the initial test series? Like, did you improve with every test series, or were you like super good from the starting of the test series?
In my internship attempt, my test series rank was pretty average. I did not give the emphasis on rank during my internship attempt because I was not studying that much. I knew that I'll get around this rank because the fact that people who are ahead of me are giving a lot more efforts and they're giving a lot of time and they're concentrated and focused enough, so they're getting ahead. So I not, but during my drop attempt, I tried not to emphasize on ranks, but eventually everyone does. If anyone is saying that they do not actually give attention to the rank, it is truly a lie. Everyone does. If you're studying something and you're getting a result, everyone is inclined towards a result. Everyone has to do better. So my ranks was pretty good. Sometimes I used to have a bad rank. So I sh- I actually wanted to take my mind off the rank, but uh, I don't think I did. So what I used to do, I used to have good ranks, but sometimes what happened is I used to have bad ranks too. Like during end of the NEET preparation, my rank started dropping. So I was pretty anxious, so I
What is
stopped
like
giving tests.
average rank that you used to get in every test series?
Uh, I used to be in top 30 in on an average,
Okay.
but during the end of my preparation, it started to slip down around 125, 130, 140.
Okay.
So I said that it is okay, whatever the insights or maybe MCQ solving ability which the test series should provide, I have it. I've been giving tests since May. I've given more than 100 tests. It is okay if I don't do the tests right now because you need to be really high on motivation, really high on the josh during end of the preparation. You cannot lower down your josh, or you cannot lower down. You cannot have self doubt during end phase of your preparation. You should
True.
be really high on, like, if you don't know anything, you should go like I know everything. I
So
have said the paper. I
then,
know everything.
to paraphrase your preparation, you studied from Pulse MCQs. You made sure
Yes,
that the MCQs that you solved for the test series that were added on to your notes.
yes,
So, how many times did you do the revision? Like you said, the test series helped you for the revision, but
yes, yes, yes.
if you have to take a pause and take a look back, how many times did you revise each subject? Like for oral pathology, generally the syllabus covers around, like you get most of the MCQs from oral pathology.
Hmm,
So when I
hmm,
was in series and I was doing my preparation, oral pathology was like taken for a very long time period. So so for oral pathology I had to like revise like around 4 to 5 times, but when it came to biochem, I just revised like one and a half. Like first one was very good. The second one was just like, only the half of the like only the important topics. I didn't try to revise the whole picture, only the important parts in the picture. So what was your revision looking like?
Uh, um, First thing is I did not, like ma'am you said, but I did not really classify the subjects as important and not important. I
Okay.
think I revised each and every subject around three to four times, as long as I can remember. I have revised each and every subject for four times. Not like I've revised OCAP for four and biochem two. Because
Oh,
I think for NEET, I think we should have an overall knowledge about all the subjects. So I was not particular about my subject, but yes, I was particular about the times I go through the MCQ. So I think it was around three to four
okay,
times I did a good reading for two actually, but for some subjects I did not get so much time because I remember when I was studying cons, I had my November NICT. So
okay.
cons is not that good when I appeared for NEET. So I think cons was three times cons and Indo, and but rest of all I think three to four times was each and every subject which I tried to do.
Okay. So during my NEET preparation, I remember one of my friend was solving like around 1,000 MCQs per day. To reach that
Okay.
level, he started practicing around like 100 MCQs per day. So by the time we got into the gap year, he was solving 1,000 MCQs per day. So I think if we really go back to the initial conversation, you were saying that if you start preparing
Mm.
seriously for 5 hours, it will eventually help you out if you take a gap year for preparation.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, so my next question is about your exam experience and also the advice related to the NEET aspirants for the upcoming year. So how was actually your NEET MDS experience? Like, were there any surprises or tricky sections? And did test series actually help you out with your mindset during the NEET exam?
I think rather than mindset, what test series really helped was I think test series, the main aim of test series is to stimulate the examination because everyone feels nervous until and unless you press the start button because everyone is nervous, everyone is thinking because eventually that is the exam that will get you a seat. That is the exam that will justify your preparation, I think the ranks will justify your preparation. So, uh, what test series really helped me was to be really particular, really accurate about my questions because while the test series you have same amount of pressure, same amount of time, so you're bound to make silly mistakes if you don't give that test series. No matter if you have 100 on 100 knowledge, but you're bound to make that silly mistakes. Maybe you'll miss an except somewhere. Maybe you'll miss a note somewhere. You'll not read the four options properly. So I think test series what really helps is it gets you going. It gets your mind going. The moment you see the question, you should think of an answer. You should find that answer in that option, elimination, and risk-taking abilities. You should mark that question, not mark that question, leave that question, come back. So I think all of that experience during test series was in NEET. I think the NEET, the which we gave right now in May 2024. I think May 2025, I'm so sorry. So the NEET was, I think, it was a pretty good paper. It was, I think, there was no irrelevant medical questions in ANAT or in biochem or pharma. It was really dental oriented. Like they actually thought of the questions which were related to dentistry. There were no anatomy of grade two or lower limb, upper limb. It was related to head and neck. It was the pharma questions were clinical, but it is like you can get that questions if you studied. I think the paper was really good. That is the reason the ranks are really up. The competition is really high this time because paper was, I think it was on the easier side. It was really like a clinical paper. I think it was a good paper. So the trick was to get right what you know rather than trying to get right which you do not know. If you actually did that, if you got right the things which you have studied, I think everyone got a good rank in this.
Okay.
On the other hand, INICT was like INICT. There were no repeats. There were clinical questions. There were except questions, ABCD, multiple options. For INICT, you should really have that calm and you should believe on your knowledge and do the times.
Okay. So, next two quick questions. What are the three mistakes that a NEET MDS aspirant should avoid? And what advice would you give to NEET aspirants who are actually struggling with their preparation?
So, three mistakes, I think, first is you should not compare your ranks.
Okay.
Uh, if you are, suppose if you are in a setup where you are surrounded by hundreds of students, yeah, everyone is doing their thing, everyone is doing what is right according to their preparation. I think first thing is you should not change your routine, you should not change your preparation strategy according to what your other person is doing. If you find flaws in your preparation, I think you should work on your preparation. You should revise your strategy. You should maybe change some plans according to you. You should not be doing it just because someone else is doing and they're getting a better rank. So I think you
Okay.
should not do that. Second thing, what I really like to share is your test series ranking will not decide your fate. Whatever the ranking is, you may be in top 100, top 200, 500, 700. You never know what kind of what kind of questions will be there in it. And yes, what are the algorithm of the questions? Maybe there are questions which you have studied and the topics which you are really thorough, the questions are from that topic. So you should not constrain your final preparation attempt based on what you have ranked. Suppose if you have a rank of 700, you should not go in with the thought that, okay, I'll mark 220 questions. No. And third thing is anyone saying if you have prepared enough, if for an example you have prepared for 6 months, 8 months, if anyone is saying, coming to you and saying that you have to attempt less, that is the disastrous advice anyone could give to someone. You should go for an higher attempt because what I did was I attempted less during my first attempt. I attempted 200 questions out of 240. I got a score of 555. If I would have done well, I could have cracked it in the first attempt as well. So you should go high on your attempts. You should not constrict yourself. You should take that 50-50% chances. There is that one. And third thing is, uh, don't be too harsh on yourself. Try to play it calm. Try to play it straight. Keep in mind that you have to be doing the same thing for 1 year. So don't accelerate. Don't break. Just go on a constant pace. And what is the other part of the question that I cannot
Like
recall?
advice to the students who are really struggling with their preparation.
Okay, but once if you are really struggling with your preparation, there are two things which you are not doing, and we try to overlook those two things. First thing is the concept from the pulse is not properly grasped by you. If you're not getting that good rank, if you're not getting what you really want, if you're putting so much of effort in it, and yet you're not able to achieve that feed, if you say. So first thing is don't overlook pulse. Do pulse properly. All you have, maybe you have 80% of that knowledge. It really comes down if you go from 80 to 82, your ranks will increase 100 or by 200. So I think do not overlook pulse. Try to do pulse properly. Do not try to add on the reference book just to get a good rank. Suppose if I don't get a good rank in PhD, there's no need to go and read PSM every chapter or maybe open your Sloban Peters and you start reading. Don't do that. Do pulse properly. You see, you look at the options which have gone wrong, questions which have gone wrong. Why did you go wrong? I think analysis is really important. It gives you a hint that what is missing from your preparation. And third thing is just believe in yourself. Try to be in that race. Don't be fallen apart. Don't skip tests just because you don't get a good rank. The main motive of the test is to stimulate your mind, get into that MCQ solving zone, because at the end of the day, it is not about how much you know. It is all about how much can you actually give in on that day of the exam. How much can you present? I think that is more important. And MCQ solving really helps you to do that. Do not skip tests.
Yeah. So, Dr. Rohit, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your valuable insights, honest reflections, and powerful tips. Trust me. So, your journey is truly inspiring. I'm sure it will make a lasting impact on everyone who's watching or listening. So we wish you all the best for your MDS journey ahead, and may you continue to achieve great things and inspire many more people. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for having me and letting me share my insights. I think this is really helpful from your side for the people who really want to have their preparation good or maybe struggling in their preparation. If they come across this video, I think this would be really grateful for
It will.
you for having us and giving that platform to actually share our insights. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Rohit. You're so sweet and kind. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am. Bye.